on today's Success or Excuses podcast, we have Kyle McGuinness from
Production Hoose.
Production Hoose.
It's the Scottish way, yeah.
So listen, Kyle, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business, and then we're going to do some deep dive.
Let's do it, yeah. So, yeah, first off, thank you for having me on, James. Appreciate
Pleasure.
it. And yeah, giving us the platform. So, Production Hoose started off by my best friend and business partner. He went to film school after about 10 years in marketing.
Yep.
And he said, just not happy doing what he's doing. So he decided he wants to be a director in film.
Mm-hmm.
He went down the cinematography route originally. And at the time, I was working in construction as a business development manager.
Right, okay.
And then he was living in the centre of Glasgow, so he had this nice place up in kind of Park Circus and things. And he was having all these kind of parties. He went down the Jamie Foxx route. He had all the parties, and he brought everyone to him. So I was meeting all these creatives and filmmakers and stuff, and I was like, this is a bit of me. So I ended up got myself back into acting. I'd done a bit of acting when I was younger, but I'm sure we'll get into that. Got back into it, signed up to an acting school, and from there it was just kind of learning the basics again, learning the industry. But the business development manager in me wanted to know more. I wanted to know, this isn't just a creative endeavour, this is something that has a business to it. So after a few years and things, we're both doing our thing, learning like all of the different aspects, from directing to cinematography to, and while he's doing this, I'm picking up a camera and I'm learning how to shoot, because I thought, like I don't expect anyone to come and say, you're what I've been waiting on. So I decided to learn how to use a camera.
Because that's not how it works, is it?
It's not going to happen. Nobody's coming to save you. But I went down that route, and I just started to kind of shoot my own short films over lockdown and things, actually. So I was out shooting daft wee films on my own, and then learning how to edit and things, and just learning all aspects of filmmaking, essentially. And still learning, and always will be, I assume.
Well, it's one of your core values is learning.
Exactly.
You've got to constantly be learning. We'll get into that as well. Right, so you, your mate, in the hoose.
In the hoose, yeah.
In the hoose.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yep.
What happened next?
So it was a case of, because
your stuff's incredible.
It's
that is TV quality, if that's the right word.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've massively upscaled from when it was a cup of tea in the house, and we'd be talking, hashing out loads of different film ideas again over kind of COVID and things, and we're thinking about these £5 million ideas, and we're like, how do we do that with this, what we've got in our hand? How do we do it?
But that's the vision, is the 5 million. You've got to have that vision.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it was a case of, we decided, right, let's go make our first short. Let's do it. We casted ourselves in it, and it's always been that for me from the start of a Production House. It's a case of, if no one else is casting me, I'm going to find a way to cast my fucking self.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we kind of made our first short. We've done it through something called the 40-Hour Film Festival, which is a festival that happens all over the world in different different cities, and you basically, on a Friday, you're given a genre, a prop, a line of dialogue, and a character name. And then you're given 40 hours to submit your final film. Wow. Up to 7 minutes. So we kind of threw ourselves into that. We brought in crew that my business partner was at university with. It didn't go fully to plan.
Nothing ever does.
Some of the crew were fantastic. Some didn't pull their weight. But that's been exactly it since then. It's been kind of fine tuning and finding, right, you're fantastic at this. You're fantastic there, and just now we're starting to kind of put things into place. And like you say, it is becoming more kind of cinema quality now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The last one that we shot was on Red Helium 8K. Red was a camera that was made to go to the moon.
Yeah.
So it's like our stuff's starting to kind of slowly up. We've got a few bits in international film festivals at the moment, and we're currently waiting on the response on a few others as well. So it's climbing. It's climbing.
One of my guests that was on here a couple of weeks ago, he made his own movie. Have you heard the Concrete Jungle?
Yes, yeah.
So see the star in that, he was on my podcast a few weeks ago. And I was amazed that similar thing. He had an idea, he had a vision, but he didn't have any money. He's like, how am I going to make a movie and I don't have any money.
Yeah.
So he literally, I think he had $5,000, he'd something like $5,000. I might be lying, but the story's around something like $5,000 they had to make this. Have you seen it? Concrete Jungle.
I've not seen it, but I know of it. I know of it. Yeah.
So it's Glasgow gangland, right? And he's the main star in it because obviously couldn't afford. And he went round and got Glasgow actors and got them, and they worked for free just to kind of help him. And it was, I mean, you can tell it's a first shot at it, really. But it's a bloody good story, and I'll tell you why it's a good story, because see, at the end of it, you're looking for the next episode, and it's only a pilot.
It works, yeah.
So you're like, oh, the next episode, this is before I had them on the podcast, I watched it, and I was trying to find the next episode, and there's none. And I'm like,
pending.
No way. So I thought, this guy's onto something good, so I got him on the podcast.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it, how just that determination for an idea or sitting in the house with a cup of coffee can turn into, you know, something like this.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's we're very lucky and very blessed to be so kind of passionate about it that like you say, like creatives in the industry, they see it and they notice that, and then they want to work with you.
Absolutely.
So sometimes it is for monetary value, but we do a lot of kind of trade of kind of services and things. Yeah. So in our last few films, we've had some spectacular locations, kind of like kind of Scottish castles and things. I mean. And with that, we'll offer them content for their business or something like that in exchange for a service. I mean, we shot one a few weeks back there, and I managed to get the car from Indiana Jones film, the NYPD Ford Galaxy, and again, it was just an exchange of services. It's fantastic what can be done, but the funding kind of process in UK, it's something that I'm learning now more so, but I mean, what's very, very popular, and a lot of people will be against me here, but people like crowdfunding. I'm just not into it. I'm not into asking.
I'm the same.
I'm not into asking the everyday man for 5-10 quid, because it could be someone's lunch or someone's dinner.
And it's great for some businesses, and as you said, there'll be people out there going, "What are you talking about?" But I feel the same. I don't know why. It's almost like you've got the begging bowl, although you're not. There's always there's something behind it. It feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if it has an aspect of giving back to the film or the documentary, whatever it is, if it's giving something back through charity, then totally fine. I totally believe in it. But to go out and say, I've had this amazing idea for me, like, I don't expect anyone to buy that.
Absolutely.
Like why?
Absolutely.
So that's exactly what's kind of happened after that. So off the back of Production Hoose, I created a media company, KMG Media, and it's basically shooting events pretty much around the world. Been lucky enough to travel a little bit with it. I've got a few people on board now who are going out and shooting more events, so now my capacity is raising, and pretty much everything from that is going back into investing in our own films and investing in ourselves.
Absolutely. So you've got to invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm a huge believer in this. Obviously, I run a training and development company. And I remember, so I have a saying, I want to go back to something that you said. I have a saying, it's in the want to that you find the how to, right? So if you want something enough, you will always find a way.
There's always a way.
There's always a way. It's the opposite. That is, well, I don't have experience, or I've never done that before. Well, go learn it. Exactly. Like that. That's the difference between you and a movie film producer, right? Knowledge. And action. And that's it. And eventually you gain that stuff. So I love that part. Right, I want to go back to the early days again. There must have been times, right? Because I've never spoke to a business owner yet that haven't been like, oh, what have I done? Like no matter how passionate you are, right? I'm one of the most passionate people you will ever meet in your life about what we do and why we do it, right? And the reason is, I know what bad leadership is like. I mean, I was a really senior person in oil and gas, and I had leaders that were incredible. And I had leaders that were, I say leaders very, very loosely, that were arseholes, like absolute
they're out there
numpties, right? And it was that passion to build something better that made me start my business. So that passion is almost like a, have that real passion about business, and it's critical to have that in those early days. So I want to go back to the early days when there must have been days. So tell me about the struggles, some of the struggles. I
mean, you say going back, we're going kind of way back. So
way back. I
mean, kind of primary school, primary 4 or 5. I had a teacher who started a drama club there, or our kind of primary school in Alloa. we never had a drama club or anything. So he started this, and I was kind of going to that, and I was enjoying it. It's obviously not the coolest thing to be doing, but then it was new, everyone was kind of getting involved.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. And then in primary 6 and 7, he also ran a drama club out in Dollar, Kilmarnockshire. And
beautiful wee place, Dollar. One of my employees live there, by the way.
Really?
Yes, I've got an employee that lives in Dollar.
Them well then. But he'd invited me along. And at the time, my mother and father were kind of separated, and I was staying with him, my mum, and she'd go to work in the morning. She'd be back for me coming home from school, and then she'd be away again at like 4:30, and then she'd be away until kind of 10:30 at night.
So that work ethic,
yeah. So she, so I never told anyone about this kind of drama club. Never told my mum. So it sounds kind of dodgy as anything, and I was setting myself up here for the abduction. But I'd get picked up by my primary 6 kind of teacher from the school gates after school. He'd take me through to drama club, we'd do my thing, he'd drop me off. He was a great guy. He was a fantastic guy.
You always need somebody like that in your life.
Dodgy, but
no, you always need somebody like that in your life.
Absolutely. So.
And they probably do it for no other reason than they probably see something in you.
You never see it that
that's
way. That's
leadership, man.
Exactly.
Like, that's leadership 101. Somebody that sees something in you and can get you to believe in yourself can be the catalyst. Anyway, keep going with the story.
So I was in that. I'd done my first production where I played a Glasgow Ned. Actually, I had my Burberry cap on up here and all this, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Started high school. I was then in a Stirling drama club until about halfway through first year, and then it kind of got out that I was doing this. And I was like, right.
And you were getting
I don't really fancy
slagged
it.
for it.
Don't really fancy it now. So I just kind of drifted away. I'd always done martial arts and things growing up. My old man had like the 4 black belts in different martial arts, so I was always into it, but I never really pursued it as such.
So peer pressure took you away from your real passion.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I got into martial arts. MMA was just kind of kicking off in Scotland at that kind of point, and I trained at the dojo in Alloa, a fantastic club run by a fantastic coach who's unfortunately no longer with us. But I started there, and then I pursued this for years. I had my first fight in the cage when I was only 16 years old in Alloa as well.
So for acting, cage fighting,
exactly.
You'd be a great cage fight actor then.
Well, it all kind of leads in now, you know. It all leads in. So. And then that kind of leads us through. I'd done this until I was probably mid-20s, taking it really seriously. And then now I'd only compete in jiu-jitsu now. I don't quite enjoy getting elbowed in the face quite as much as I used to. So
I'm an ex-amateur boxer. I heard. I stopped boxing in my 21, 22 because sparring and fighting, I would be constantly going into work on a Monday. And I couldn't eat my jaws were that sore, man.
To keep your jokes up.
I was just sore, and I thought, what am I doing this for? Anyways.
Yeah. But it definitely taught a lot of discipline. Yeah. That's one thing. Discipline and resilience. And I mean, I've fought in MMA, kickboxing, boxing, Thai. I mean, by no means kind of taking it as serious as some of the guys out there now, but I absolutely fucking loved it. I really do. I still do. I've actually got a documentary in the making right now.
Wow,
about the uprising of MMA in Scotland.
Tell us a bit about that before we get into the
I don't want to say too much yet because it's a very stealable idea, so it's just about to kick off.
Somebody will steal it.
It's a very stealable story, so I'll keep that one for now.
All right, no worries.
But next time.
Right, keep going with the story. So MMA, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, the whole thing, and then what happened? What was the next?
Through this, well, this is exactly when my business partner went to film school.
Right.
And he actually started off in acting school. He started off there and then ended up he wanted to be behind the camera and kind of learn more. So
what did you do? So sorry, I want to go back. So during the kind of early 20s, this is when you were in the construction sector?
Yeah, construction sector, doing business development. Done it for multiple different industries, different brands, and I learned so much about good business, the bad running of business, like you say, some of the not so great leaders out there. I learned a lot. And I mean, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, in kind of high school and things like that, I'd be like, I think you were also doing the same hustle, stealing fags. My mum was unfortunately a big smoker, and she'd come back from holiday at that point for Spain with suitcases of the big kind of cartons. I'd be slipping out one a week, and it was like £150, £2 a fag. I was raking it.
Me too.
And then I won't tell the kind of law of this, but I was also selling DVDs at the time. So me and my old man,
Dodgies.
Aye, would go to the market on a Saturday, would pick up all the new releases, and then I'd just sit and burn them. And I had this huge list that I would kind of take to school, and I had everyone on the roll. I had the teachers and everything.
So you liked the money, you liked the entrepreneur.
I was absolutely rolling. I mean, like £400 a week at like 15. I was absolutely rolling. It was brilliant. And then early 20s, I had a hot tub hire company that I kind of built and then just sold off.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that worked well. So now it's just kind of rolling into that and just building something that's sustainable and will outlast me and my business partner. Mm-hmm. So right now we're in that kind of stage of we're just about to bring in 2 gents into the business, our kind of first 2 under us, and we're trying to make this bigger than us. And it's about creating something that is going to create opportunity within Scotland, because I mean right now that sort of lower to middle ground of film, it's just not there.
Yeah.
I mean you've either got your student productions, you've got the people in the middle who are raising a wee bit of money that, like, a lot of stuff doesn't really have a home.
Yeah.
You know, that's the sort of main thing. So, and other than that, it's your Spider-Man and your Outlander and things like that, you know. So it's we're trying to create this kind of middle ground of film and filter and just kind of create a network and a kind of connectivity within Scotland, because it's all very insular. Everyone's like this. Their kind of projects. It's like, you can't make anything like that. You need to open up and get more people involved, you know. So right now, that's exactly where we're at, just trying to spread the love a bit and get some more projects on the go, and we've got some fantastic productions that'll be happening this year. It's exciting.
I want to go back to a part of the story. So the kind of school thing, peer pressure, right, and then how that kind of took you away from what probably would have been your path, because you're back on the same path, and it takes you away, and then it brings. What was the? Were you see during that period? Were you obviously, you said your mate had went into production and in theatre, and were you kind of thinking, oh, I wish I'd never given up? Was there anything in you, any of those doubts, or what was it that because there must have been something that kept you pushing towards that to start the business in that industry? I
mean, when he first started it, back at sort of acting school and things, he'd talk about it, and to be honest, I probably wasn't even really thinking about it. I probably just said, oh, that's something I used to do, because then, you know, I was a fighter at that point, you know. That was me, that's what I was doing.
That was your thing.
So it wasn't until he started in uni and started having all these kind of Jamie Foxx style kind of parties. There was no baby oil involved, by the way. There was none of that.
I like some of that. I want some of this.
But there was one of the guys there, he'd written a script, and it was about a biker, and at the time I had a Harley and stuff. I was fucking loving it, and I came through on the Harley and stuff, and he's just chatting to me, and I could sense that he was kind of trying to push something my way. And he's telling me this idea and blah blah blah, and I'm like, I'd fucking love to do that. That'd be great. That'd be fucking great. And then it kind of sparked. I'm like, maybe I could go back and do this now. So I'm looking into acting schools. I'm then looking into like kind of what's required of this. And yeah, from there started up at Acting Coach Scotland in Glasgow. It's a great school. Definitely got me my driving licence. Got me the confidence to be an actor as such. So
stand in front of a camera and no freeze.
Exactly. So and then from that, it was just at the start of lockdown. Actually, I signed up to an extra agency, Real People Casting in Glasgow, and it was on a Friday night or a Thursday night or something, and I got a call for tomorrow on set for a Bollywood film. It was a passerby or something like that. I was like, yeah, cool. So I said yes, and I'm just waiting on, because like you'll say yes, and then you don't know if you're going to get picked.
That's right.
It goes to production.
I know that. I remember meeting and talk about this in a minute, but carry on.
It was brilliant. But so it came back, yes. So I remember phoning my old man and stuff, and I said, oh, I'm on set tomorrow. I was like, I absolutely fucking buzzing. And I went on to set. And like I say, it was in the middle of kind of COVID time, so there was this big like kind of lunch bus, and everyone was crammed on this lunch bus, and I was like, my old man wasn't really doing too well kind of health wise at the time, so I thought, I'm not going to sit on the bus, I'm going to sit in the car and just watch the bus and see where everyone's going. So I'm sitting, I'm just on my phone and stuff, and I'm dressed up in full kind of 60s get up. I've got these massive flares on, I've got the Harry Hill collar and all that on, looking the part, this like kind of green kind of silk shirt, and I'm just sitting in the car in a full costume, and then the bus drives away. I was like, oh no, I wondered if I was supposed to be on that bus. So I go inside and into the production studio, and I see the chair director. Walked up, and there was a lady sitting there, an Indian lady, and I said, oh, really sorry, the bus is gone, can you tell me where it's going? And she went, just waved me away. I was like, all right, okay. So then somebody else kind of came up and said, right, this is where they are. So I drove into town, parked up, and they were down by one of the bridges in the centre of town. So parked up, and the NCP got out, and I'm rushing, and I was like, oh shit, I just remembered I'm in full 60s get up here.
You're running through Glasgow.
I'm running through Buchanan Street, like, and this kind of full get up, everyone's just staring away. So get to set, and then we're all just kind of sitting waiting, as you do, a lot of waiting involved. And this production coordinator starts going round every single person and saying, are you a guitarist? Are you the guitarist? Are you the guitarist? And he went round every single person, and I'm watching everyone say, no, and I'm like, I can play guitar a wee bit. I can play. So he gets to me, and I was like, hi, I'm a guitarist. And he went, right, come on. And he just handed me this sort of guitar. And I was like, right. So standing, and Akshay Kumar, who's an absolute star over in that part of the world, he pulls up in his kind of blacked out truck, walks down to set. He's swagger, a very, very cool guy, and he's going to be doing this dance scene.
Right.
So they're doing a rehearsal and stuff, and I'm at the side of it with this guitar, and I'm like, what am I supposed to play? So I said to one of the guys, I was like, what's the song? Can you remind me of the song? And he goes, it doesn't matter. I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't matter? There's going to be a song playing, it needs to look like I'm playing the song, right? And he's like, no, it doesn't matter. It's Bollywood for you. It doesn't really matter. So the scene starts, they're doing a dance scene, and I'm just kind of strumming away, like doing the wee bit that I know is like Oasis or something, probably. Like. And then,
Bollywood movie, you're with cigarettes and alcohol.
Probably, that's what I was doing. But it gets to the end, Akshay just leaves in his car, and away he goes. And then a year later or whatever, that came out in the cinema. And at the time, my dad was in hospital. At the time, COVID again, so never really got to see him much. And it came out in cinema, and I thought, right, I'm going to go see it. I'm sitting with my phone like this, waiting for the bit, and then it kind of flashes by, and I was on screen for 2 seconds, maybe me and Emma Bunnett with this guitar, and I got to show my old man that before he passed, actually, which was really nice. So because he was a big kind of advocate of film and things, and without him even knowing it, it was probably him that kind of got me into it from a very young age. But yeah, that was our thing. We'd be going to Blockbuster and hiring movies.
Absolutely.
That was our thing growing up.
That was a thing, wasn't it? I want to tell you about my own story. Me and my wife have been extras in Star Wars.
Now, the new one?
So we lived in Dubai.
Right.
So I spent about 12 years in Dubai, and they were looking for extras. And me and my wife went down, and we did the trial thing. We used to walk through and say a few things and all that, blah blah blah, and so both of us get chosen.
Brilliant.
I wasn't in the movie, the wife was. But so we're standing in Dubai, you imagine the heat, and I'm in full soldier outfit, right? And there are all these people running by, and now that I've been an extra, see, when I watch a movie, I know what the extras are doing and what they're feeling.
You see everything.
Because 90% of being an extra is standing about doing nothing. Like, you're just standing about for hours, and then it's like, right, everybody take position, right, you do this, you walk that, right, and then go, and you do it for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then stop, then it's right, back again, and then you wait again for another hour. But anyway, my wife, she was actually one of the crew, and the only bit you see her, she's in the movie, and you see her for about 2 or 3 seconds, and she's carrying a stretcher,
right? So
she's running for a crash. So the crash site to do a stretcher, and you see her for 2 seconds. I'm not in it at all.
Oh, you're joking.
I'm not in it at all.
All that work.
I was gutted.
It happens so often.
Gutted.
So often. I was in The Rig, season 1. Again, I was on there as a supporting artist. And then, like I said, a lot of people as a supporting artist, they want that as a living, and they do it day in, day out. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to conduct myself like Ian Glenn. He was on there. He was absolutely amazing just to watch and be in his presence, and from him I got the time of day as well, which was amazing. Wow. But I conducted myself like that, and also had my 2 laptops out every day. You know, everyone's sitting chatting in coffees. I was kind of 2 jobs on the go at the time, and just trying to build everything that we're kind of building now. And I got picked up for a line on it. They said, we've got this line going, are you interested? Do you need to audition for it? I was like, absolutely. So with that, ended up with a line, I got it.
Wow. Were you in the movie?
Yeah, it's a series. Yeah. I'm in it. And I'm sorry to say, but season 2 doesn't make any sense now.
Really?
I was the first one off the rig.
Right.
And I'm not in the second season. So the whole thing's done. But,
I didn't even know there was a second series of it yet.
I think it's just about to come out. That's a spoiler.
Because I loved it. I loved it.
Good.
The first,
it was good.
It was really good.
Yeah. I had a scene with Martin Compson. There was one line exchanged, and it never made it. It got cut. So I was gutted. That would have been a beauty for the show reel as well.
Sit and go, record.
I know, just waiting for it, but it got cut, unfortunately.
So I mean, I love this. This is amazing. So I would say, right, and correct me if I'm wrong. Right, all the kind of things. If we go back to the early days and the MMA and then the acting and the business, the movie production, what would you say is the one thing that's enabled you to really? Because a lot of people, right, and life in general, they come up against challenges and hurdles, right? Whether it's a death in their family or something, right, and they use that as an excuse not to move forward. Yeah. What is it inside you? What would you say? What's the magic formula that enables you to just keep moving forward?
I think probably it is resilience in a way. I mean, whether I get good news or bad news, my partner, I'll always say, you're always just so kind of stable, you know, and it's probably through martial arts and things. I mean, I've probably lost more than I've won. Yeah. But I just loved it. Yeah. I absolutely love it. And what I'm doing now, I kind of know that, especially from doing it from a young age and stuff, I'm like, this is my path. This is what I'm meant to be doing. Nothing fulfills me more from when I'm in a production meeting, from when I'm holding a camera, to when I'm in front of the camera especially. But I've learned everything else to give me a better chance at knowing when I'm on set to move with a camera and things, just everything about it. So it's probably the resilience of, this is my path, and not needing permission to do it was probably for me. It was a case of like, when do I become an actor? Like when does it happen? I don't really know when that switch is. I'm like, I've been on set, I've done a couple of bits. I mean, I've probably been featured on TV for less than 30 seconds in total now. And there's
but you're patting the ears.
But it's kind of growing, and I'm seeing it starting to kind of materialise now. So I mean, that's great. But to me, like I say, I'm very just like emotionally kind of playing most of the time, whether it's good or bad news, I'll handle it. And it's just, we'll move on, because tomorrow's hopefully going to come. Absolutely, it's a new page. And that's it. It's just a little bit every day and everything I'm doing, and I guess that is you. You're an actor, you're a business owner. I mean, even from when that first idea starts, you're a business owner. Absolutely. Because that's it starting to begin. There's nothing going to come and say, there you go, that's you, an actor now. Way too many people.
You're a business owner now. You're successful now.
Well done.
It doesn't happen.
It's not going to happen. And I think at the start, I was probably thinking too much, like when does this start? Like, when am I going to feel like this is
By the way, everybody has those thoughts.
I know.
I had those thoughts. I mean, as I explained to you, the first couple of years in our business was tough. I mean, really tough, because I went for a really high powered, really high paying job, you know, driving £150,000 cars, houses with swimming pools, to back in Glasgow, and the income.
So it doesn't mean anything, does it?
And it is resilience, isn't it? It's I always say, like, so I'm a big person around vision, right, and goals, right, and it's always been able to literally look into the future and say, that's who I'm going to be. Like, that is who I'm going to be. So I always say, before you can have, you'll hear lots of sayings, by the way, before you can have, you must first become. So if you want to be a famous actor, you need to start thinking like a famous actor. What do they do? How do they talk? How do they act? How do they conduct themselves? Do they go on set and just sit about and pick their nose? How do they act? What do they do? How do they prepare? So you've got to become the person first in your head. And I'm a huge believer in that, really being able to look into the future and go, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to get there. And I think that allows you to just keep moving forward no matter what shit gets thrown at you. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. 100%. I mean, it's a case of like living the lifestyle of it, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to be mindful of that every single day. It's a case of, if that call came tomorrow, are you ready? Because most people, like most actors, most people aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, most actors are sitting there, their bag of crisps at night watching a film. Like that's not what you should be doing to prepare. Because you're like at some point you can probably sit and take that moment, but right now, if that is something that you're really trying to pursue, then you're not there yet.
Absolutely,
you know, you need to be living that lifestyle, whether it's through diet, it's through training, it's through putting time into scripts, through reading scripts, and just understanding more of yourself, really, and just being comfortable again in front of cameras as well.
Absolutely,
that's a massive thing.
It's a hard thing to do. I mean, people always say I'm a natural. I'm not. I used to shit myself, right? But like I remember, see when I first started my business, and there's a couple of points I want to talk about that you mentioned. So when I first started business, I was terrified, right? Terrified of doing live videos,
right?
Like terrified. I'm like the voice and the accent, and I was terrified. What would I say? Until I started doing it. And believe it or not, it was doing live videos that enabled me to turn my business.
Really?
But I was terrified.
Yeah.
Because I used to see other people doing it. And I'd watch them and I thought, that looks really good. I can't do that. I could never do that. I can't do that. It's not me. What do you mean? It's not your success or excuse. What do you mean? It's not your, like, get over it, James.
Yeah.
I remember, right, my very first training programme was at the Doubletree Hilton in Bells Hill, right? And I'd never ever, I wasn't a training development person. I did presentations at work, you know, oil and gas stuff and shit like that, but I'd never stood in front of a group of people where I'm teaching them, right, other than my own teams in the past. And I remember I was sitting in the toilet, right, and I was on my hunkers and I was bricking it, and I'm sitting going, come on James, come on, deep breaths, you can do this, go out there and give them everything. Come on. This is me talking to myself in the toilet. Come on. And I walked out the toilet and I walked into the room, and there was about 40, no, tell a lie, that was the second, the third one. There was about 12 people in the group. And I absolutely smashed it.
Brilliant.
And I loved it.
Self-belief.
I was still nervous though. I mean, I was like, did I get that right? Did I get that? And I just thought, you know what? Who cares if I get it in a certain order, or like I'm there to, you know, to really give myself to these people, my experience, my knowledge, my understanding. And it's always, as I'm going to go back to this, in the want to, you find how to. And I just wanted to be so good. I wanted to be the best, right?
Yeah.
I've always said, and it probably sounds similar to yourself, you want it, when you're going to do something, do it to, like,
absolutely
smash it, right? So that's the first point. My next point that you mentioned was health. You know, keeping yourself physically fit, keeping yourself in good health, you know, mentally and physically. Like, I'm in the gym 6 days a week. I'm in 6 days a week. I'm only in the gym for 45 minutes.
That's all it needs.
I eat really, really healthy. I don't really drink. I maybe have a whiskey on a Saturday, a nice malt, my nice wee treat. And I'll have my Indian on a Saturday, go for Indian every Saturday. But other than that, I'm a really healthy eater. High protein in the mornings, gym in the afternoon. I don't go to gym in the evening, because in the morning I got up. So we got up at 4:20 in the morning every morning. So I've been up since 4:20 this morning. Get a podcast or an audio book. So this is me and my wife, who's also my business partner. Audio book, and it's always about business, leadership, marketing. It's about something that's going to take me to the next stage. And I've had some really shitty books, right? And I will listen to them, because we made a commitment. Because you can listen to books, right, and listen, and no learn. When me and my wife made a commitment that every book we listen to, every time we come back in for our walk, so we got up at 4:20, 4:30 we're out, hail, rain or snow, podcast on, a cup of hot water and lemon, right, and away we go. And we do that for an hour every morning, come back in normally 5:20, 5:30, and we go into the office, right, we've got a big home office, we go into the office and we write down, what did we learn? So what's the one or two things that we learned? And sometimes it's like, this book is shite, but we always sit and what did we learn? And by the way, I've took a lot of that learning and I've put it into my courses, into my business, into my marketing. And it's about that constantly learning. I mean, it's one of my core values. I explained it earlier. If you want to be ahead of the game, you've got to physically and mentally put yourself out there and then take action.
Exactly.
Don't just learn
it's the action.
You know, there's a saying, knowledge is power, right? Well, I call bullshit in that, right? Because knowledge is only power if you do something with it, if you take action.
Very true.
So, and I loved what you were saying there earlier. You've always no matter what you've decided to go into, you're in full. I mean, you're in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? You're in.
Yeah.
What is it that drives? Is it just resilience, or is it, you know, your parenting, or what is it that? Because I get asked this all the time. People say to me, James, you must have been like this, like all your life. You because you know you've had a successful career and you've done this. And I'm like, no. When I was younger, I was quite. I always wanted to be good, but I would always be comparing myself to other people, right? And I was probably called a kind of cocky young guy at school, and that was, and I always try to have a joke and laugh to kind of hide some of my insecurities. But when I was about 16, 17, right, it switched, and I thought, I'm in control. And it was I'm in control of how my life pans out that was the kind of catalyst for me. Was there something in your life or that you can specifically say, or is it just, you know, part of your DNA?
I think kind of partially DNA. I mean, like kind of growing up, I remember being in my old man's kind of car and things we'd be driving, and I'd always say that I'd buy my Lamborghini. I've no idea why. It was important at that age. I've no idea why. But I think just trying to better myself has been in there. I think through martial arts and sports and stuff, I've always been involved in sports. Never the best. I was always.
All right.
Always pretty decent.
By the way, I love football. I love boxing. I was a boxer before I played football. I've always played football, and I mean really amateur football. Not even amateur, right? Pub football, Sunday league stuff. And then when I was a boxer, I started boxing when I was 13 and I stopped when I was 21 and a half, nearly 22. And I had quite a few fights and I won quite a few, but I also got smashed a few times, right? And it's no fun.
But they're the ones that make you, though. They're the ones that make you.
I know, because you have to go back on Monday and away you go sparring again and you're still just doing a few days before. And it's almost like... I can't even know where I'm going with the story now. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think it's that the resilience to, you know, you keep moving forward. You keep or because if you're not moving forward, you're standing still. And if you're standing still, you're moving backwards because everybody else is moving forward. And I think that is what really is. First of all, something you said earlier is really important. Is passion. A lot of people go through their life, right, and they never find their passion. And it's normally because something like, I've got a mortgage and I've got a car and I've got all the excuses that we make. And by the way, they're legitimate excuses, right? They're legitimate. But I always think to myself, when I get to the end, when I'm sitting and I'm in front of my maker or whoever it is, you know, I'm no particular religious person, but whatever that looks like at the end of the road, and I'm sitting there, I want to be sitting going, I absolutely fucking smashed it. I absolutely smashed it and I've got no regrets. Because imagine lying there, right, and going, oh, I wish I'd been an actor and I wish I'd followed, done those productions and, oh, you know, with this constant regret. I mean, what the...
Unfortunately, I've seen it in family that had way more to give and just never got the opportunity.
I know, it's a shame, innit?
Yeah, massively. So I think for me, it's just like I've kind of had this in me from I was young, but now it's like a point blank refuse that it's not going to happen. A point blank just refuse it,
and it just becomes a way of life, doesn't it?
Exactly. I see way too many actors that like you say, for reasons of finances, for time, they just kind of fall out of it because in your first few years, well, potentially ever, there's like you're not going to make your money from it. I mean, you can probably count on two hands the actors that make all their capital from acting. Everyone else who's kind of semi-successful to your kind of B and C listers, they probably have other businesses that they're making money from that allow them to then pursue this. Because it is a pursuit. It is a career, but is it going to be a career that's going to pay out all your bills early on? No. Definitely
not early on, but you never know, and that's the point,
some people,
innit?
Well, for some,
you never know, you just need that one lucky break. And people say luck, right? But I don't like to call it luck, because there is a part of luck, right? But if you're not putting yourself out there, if you're not constantly improving,
for it to happen,
you're not not creating the space for it to have your lucky break.
Exactly.
And people say to me, oh, you might just lucky this and...
There's no luck.
I'm like, what?
No,
are you serious, man?
It's from getting up at 4:20 to putting yourself in the room, to putting yourself in conferences and festivals and just being in the room. Being in the room, because it's just creating the opportunity for something to happen. You know, it's good.
I want to talk about what's next. So give me a kind of overview of who the company is. So Production Hoose. So what is the company? And what's the big picture? What's the future look like?
Yeah, Production Hoose is about collaboration and trying to bring more of a spark into the industry, where for that kind of indie production, it's just not really there at the moment. So right now, we've got a sort of 18-month plan from now. We've got 2 short films to shoot by end of the year, things that are massive on practical effects. We've got an 8-foot werewolf suit that's our next one. CGI and things is great, but that takes a lot of money. We'll get there.
That's a whole ball game.
That's his own thing, yeah. So we've got a feature film that we're just about to create a trailer for. So right now, like I say, I'm learning how this funding into commission, to how I get it on TV, to how I get it in cinema screens. That's kind of what I'm learning now. So we're just about to shoot 2 concept trailers for an idea that we've got in a nuclear bunker in Edinburgh that not a lot of people know is there. We've got this fresh idea that's never been done, but rather than go do a crowdfunder and say, I've got this idea, I've written a wee bit of a script, or go to a commissioner and say, did you like my idea? We've written the script, we've done all of our kind of character profiles, we've got the pitch decks, we're going to go and shoot 2 trailers for it like it's already been shot, so that we can put one out, gain some traction for it, create the want for it, and then off the back of that drop the second trailer, and then people are, right, when's it coming? So, sorry, it's not. Like you say, you got to the end of kind of Concrete Jungle and you're like, oh, where is it? What's happening?
And by the way, here's a thing that he mentioned to me, my previous guest mentioned to me. He said this is how he got the break to get on TV, right? He'd a mate that was in the kind of industry, but I think his mate did camera, was a camera guy, and he'd bought 2 tickets to some event down in, what was that, a networking event. It was like serious people, we were talking about the industry and filming and all that stuff, and it was a big network and a conference, I suppose, thing. It was a day event, and he had just come back. I think he was away on holiday or something, and he remembered his mate had bought these tickets, and he's like, oh, I only got in the house at 4 this morning, now I need to go and travel down to wherever it was, Petersburg or whatever it was, and he's like, oh, I can't be bored. But he went anyway, and he happened to be sitting next to a guy for STV, and he was telling the guy STV about he'd shot the trailer and the guy's like, I can get that on.
Well, it sounded that, yeah.
And he hit number 1 on the STV Plus charts for, I think it's still in the top 10.
Brilliant.
And that was because, again, success or excuses.
Put himself in the situation.
He put himself in the situation. It wasn't luck. He could have said, I'm too tired, and never ever seen that on the TV. Yep. But he didn't. He put himself in there. He allowed it. He thought, you know what? I don't know what I don't know. If I don't go, I'll never know. And that was his lucky break. Was sitting next to a guy for STV. Yeah. I mean, holy shit. Yeah. So it's incredible.
Amazing. It's amazing what can happen, and it is starting to pick up in Scotland, especially with the demise of River City and things. It's such a shame that studio is going to go to waste. I'm working with Maureen at the Scottish Screenwriters at the moment, who has the gent on from Concrete Jungle as a speaker at this event mid-September. You should come along. She's putting on these days, and she's doing like kind of pitching competitions and elevator pitches, and just creating more opportunity for the kind of Scottish industry. But it does seem to be growing. The indie market is kind of creating its own uprising as such, and more people are starting to kind of band together and join on. I mean, Dumbarton Studios is up for sale at the minute, and Maureen is doing her bit to try and get hold of it, because if not, it's going to become houses. And it's like, it'd be a great investment for houses right now, but I'd rather see it as studios.
Absolutely.
So I certainly hope that she gets hold of it, and anyone who's watching this, at the moment she's looking for investors, she's looking for help, she's looking for businesses that'll even say, yeah, we would relocate to Dumbarton Studios. She's looking for kind of people just to get involved in it and help to push this project along.
Well, if any of my listeners are, when it's out there and you live around about Dumbartonshire area, let's support the cause.
Absolutely.
There's something else you talked about that I wanted to mention, and it was about, we talked about this actually off air about I was saying to you we were going to looking to do a TV ad in the next year. Is that something you do now, or is that something in the in the pipeline, just in case there's anybody listening like me when we were just chatting on the way down the hall, and I'm like, oh, funnily enough.
Exactly, yeah.
Is that something in your portfolio, or?
So this is in the way that Production Hoose has kind of grown and moulded into where it's going. At first, we were shooting everything from content for Italian restaurants to short films and everything in between. Now we thought that someone trying to create a feature film of however many thousands or hundreds or millions, they shouldn't really be shooting content. So that's where Production House is now down the route of film, TV and production, mostly narrative. So that can be a TV ad, a narrative kind of TV ad.
So if I came to you with my business, right, and this is just me speaking because my mind's going. If I came and said, right, here's my business, here's what I'm trying to achieve, so you would help me write the script,
absolutely,
and the idea of where you want it to be, whether it's just me standing or so. Your company will literally say, take my idea
from script to screen.
Love it. That's amazing, man.
And we can talk to you about your idea. If you've got ideas, we can start to kind of develop them into.
I haven't got a clue, by the way.
That's even better. It's a blank canvas. It's a blank canvas.
Exactly. For me, I would just say, this is who I are. This is what the business. This is my target market. Give me some ideas.
That's what it's about. It's like you say, you could go learn all this stuff and potentially shoot it yourself, but there's people out there who specialise in this and put the time into it.
That's why people come to me.
Exactly.
Because we specialise in leadership and business development and growth. And I'm the same. I don't try, hence the reason I come to a studio like this to run a podcast. I could do this from my office. We've got an office. I could just set my office up, buy a few cameras, a few £100 and away I go.
But it wouldn't be this.
But they're not the experts.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not the experts.
It wouldn't look like this.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're listening, you've got your own studio, great. Because I'm learning. I'm still, this is podcast number, I think I'm 30 or something,
nice.
or 30 odds. And I'm still constantly learning about the conversations and keeping them going, and if it wasn't for the team behind me, Mark and Cam and their equipment, then I wouldn't have a clue. The lighting and everything that people don't see in the background. By the way, there's loads of stuff that you can't see. There's cameras all around here, and it is incredible when you go to somebody that knows their shit, man. Isn't it? It's just like.
Just when it's extracted from idea into final creation. We're just about to create a music video for Stevie McCrory, who was the winner of The Voice back in 2015, I think. He's from Clackmannanshire as well. We're just about to create.
I remember him.
He's bloody fantastic. He's amazing. But we're just about to create a music video for him. So it's everything narrative is under Production House, and then I split off into a media company that now do business marketing, content marketing speciality. So we've got kind of marketing specialists there. We've got kind of camera and production specialists, so everyone can come and just add their bit.
I love it.
So that's all starting to grow as well. It's we're really growing in the event market as well. So next year probably be shooting like over 100 events.
Wow.
So my plan is that all of that invested back into film, so that we can create until someone says, you've done it, I want to invest in this. Because right now I don't expect anyone to say, oh, you're the guy. I don't expect.
And it'll come if you keep digging.
Let me show you.
It'll come.
It'll
come. Listen, we're getting near the end. First of all, I want to mention the book. So I'm going to give you a copy of this. So there your wee copy of my book.
Thank you, James.
It's just my story.
Amazing.
It's my story. Starting out as a young boy, and a lot will probably relate to you. Next, I'll ask all my guests, right? And I'm putting you on the spot here.
Go for it.
So somebody's sitting listening to this, maybe a young person or someone who's in a career and they want to get into the movie business, they want to get into acting, or just life in general, right? Just to can move forward and improve themselves. What is your top 3 tips?
Top 3 tips. First one would be learn a bit about the business side. Don't just say, I'm going to be an actor and expect someone to come and give you what you need. You need to think about it in the way of your marketing. How are you going to get your face out there? You need good headshots. You need good video reels. Talk to casting directors. Talk to them and ask what they want. Most of them won't come back to you, but someone will. If you email enough, then someone will. The second one would be look after yourself, train, get the training. Kind of people are not naturals, but there's training out there that's going to help you to succeed better on camera and to be better to work with. You can be the most fantastic, emotionally present actor in the world, but if my face is here when the camera's over there, it's not going to work. It's learning little things about that side of the camera as well. So just immerse yourself in the industry. be interested, not interesting.
Make it a passion.
Yeah, exactly that. If you make it your life, something will come of it eventually. You know. And the third would be, put yourself out there to networking events and talk to people. Be confident in talking to people, because it's a very, very personable industry and people want you to be easy to work with. Mm-hmm. You can go into any casting, any audition, and if you walk in and you're very
you're done.
I might be the best actor in the world, but I'm not going to get the opportunity to show you what I'm like to actually work with.
Those first few seconds of you walking in the door, it's done.
It's decided. It's decided within seconds. It's so difficult as well, because I mean, when a writer is writing a script, a story, they know what that person looks like in their head.
How they talk,
they know everything about them. Then they speak to a director and a producer who they can only hope have the same idea as them, but as they're explaining things, the director's got a different idea in his head of how that person looks, and then the producer does, and then someone walks in the room, and you're not always going to be that person, but one day you will be. But it's just about giving yourself,
and that's your lucky break,
the very, very best chance. Be confident, invest in yourself.
Love it, absolutely. Listen, I'm absolutely sold in that. As we mentioned during the podcast, you know, for me, it's one of our core values: learning and courage. You've got to get out there. You've got to put yourself out there. And if you're waiting for it to happen, it's never going to happen. You know, if you're sitting waiting for that lucky break, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Listen, we're right at the end of the podcast. Always say, if anybody's interested in your products or services, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so if you're interested in film and producing a film, a documentary, a short, speak to us at Production Hoose on Instagram, online. If you're interested in business content, events, marketing, KMG Media is the one. And for my personal Instagram, it is a private one, but more than welcome to follow along. It's Kyle McGuinness Official.
Brilliant. Listen, it will all be on the podcast, all your details, all your connection details. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure, Kyle. Thank you so much. What a wonderful conversation.
Appreciate you
Thanks,
having me.
mate. All the best.